The Angelo State campus was chaotic today following an early morning crash, a high-speed chase, and a manhunt. We've got details on all of it. Plus, what would August Pfluger do if he was in charge of shooting down those Commie Chinese balloons? Find out. All this plus more. I'm Matt Trammell, and this is Live. But first, are you looking for something sweet to do for your Valentine tonight? If so, go down to Miles, Texas, where you can pick up a great steak dinner. Sclenaeric Smoked Meats has some of the finest cuts of beef out there. Have a great dinner and tell them San Angelo Live sent you. They are located at 108 Robinson Street in Miles, Texas. We start the show today with news from the Angelo State campus. San Angelo police at around noon today initiated a chase that went completely through town. According to our scanner reports, it started near Sherwood and Garfield and ended at West Avenue Inn in Johnson. After the chase ended, 3 suspects fled the car. One fled down Johnson but was caught on Avenue K. The other attempted to run onto the Angelo State campus but was detained before ever entering a building. The third, well, as far as we know, he is still on the loose. Police did confirm over the radios that the suspect was a Hispanic male dressed in all black. Although this isn't much info, if you know the whereabouts, then please call the police immediately. A Tuesday morning crash at Angelo State and South Jackson Street sent one person to the hospital. According to San Angelo Police Department, the black Nissan Sentra and a red Chrysler 300 were approaching the stop signs at the four-way intersection by the rehab center on South Jackson, and I think that's University. The Chrysler was headed east and the Sentra was headed north, and for some reason, both vehicles entered the intersection and crashed. Apparently, the driver of the Sentra was unconscious when they arrived on scene and was taken to the hospital. No citations were issued at the scene, and the driver of the Chrysler and passenger in the Sentra were not injured. However, they do believe that it was maybe a diabetic incident that resulted in her being unconscious. More on that, see it on SanAngeloLive.com. In court today, a Dublin man was sent to prison after accepting a plea deal right here in Tom Green County. 33-year-old Austin Vivian on Monday morning pleaded guilty to 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of tampering, and 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. The crimes were committed back in 2019 after he followed a couple to Twin Buttes, pointed a gun at them, and threatened to kill them. After fleeing the scene, Tom Green County Sheriff deputies caught Vivian eating a bag of meth with the pistol and an aggressive pit bull in the back seat. Vivian's sentence is sentenced as 8 years in prison, but he is no stranger to the institutional life. Vivian has been in the clutches of the justice system since he molested a 3-year-old boy when he was a teenager. He will get credit for time served in the local county jail. Another man found himself on the wrong side of the law after a grand jury indicted him for a brutal assault. According to court documents, 48-year-old Charles Marquise was indicted in January after allegedly beating up his girlfriend and stealing her vehicle. According to court documents, Marquise faces charges for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle as well as aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In the report, it claims that Marquise called the victim, who was his girlfriend at the time, and told her he had ran out of gas. When she arrived to help, he assaulted her, threatened to kill her, and drove around the north side holding her hostage. Luckily, the victims escaped on South Bryant and called for help. After a short chase, Marquise was taken into custody and then taken to jail. As of now, he remains in the Tom Green County Detention Facility with over $700,000 in bond. For more details on all these crime stories, check them out exclusively on SanAngeloLive.com. San Angelo, along with the Trans-Permian H2 Hub and the Port of Corpus Christi Horizons Clean Hydrogen Hub, have agreed to combine their resource and resubmit for government funding. Michael Looney, the San Angelo Chamber of Commerce Vice President of Economic Development, said this combined effort will be a force multiplier in our efforts to gain hydrogen manufacturing capabilities in our region. Looney also predicted that 6 of 10 applicants will receive some portion of the $7 billion in grant money available. Top competitors include the Port of Houston, a hub proposal in West Virginia, and a proposal in California. This is big news, but it's not the biggest story of the day. The maze that is College Hills right now is exactly what College Hills is right now. This strip of road is chaotic, but don't worry. Editor of San Angelo Live, Yantis Green, has good news. But before he tells you about it, I cannot stress the amount of things there is to do on Valentine's Day. But if you're looking for the best thing to do, look no further than the Penny Tap House. Tonight, for Valentine's, enjoy $5 frozen sangrias. What a better way to show your Valentines you love them than a night out on the town. Hit up the Penny Tap House tonight at 2412 College Hills Boulevard. We'll see you there. And now, here's Yantis Green with the biggest story of the day. Okay.
Construction crews continue to install stormwater and underground utilities along College Hills Boulevard at the Red Arroyo Tuesday. The utility construction currently underway is part of the project to totally rebuild College Hills from Loop 306 all the way up to Avenue N, which is one of the projects in that $80 million 10-year street reconstruction plan for the city of San Angelo. The majority of this construction is at the corner of College Hills Boulevard and Vista del Arroyo. The project in its entirety is about 20% complete. The College Hills roadway is now open from Avenue N to Millbrook, and then on the other side of the Red Arroyo from Hemlock out to Loop 306. Construction continues with crews replacing stormwater drains and other underground utilities. Vista del Arroyo is now open across College Hills from Sol Ross back over to Westover Terrace. Look for an update on from the city of San Angelo later this week. The drive is not fun, but we've officially hit the 20% mark, and because of that, it is the biggest story of the day.
You've been asking for discounts, and I've been asking the factory for vehicles. Well, it's all lining up. We are offering big discounts, and our lots are filling up with inventory. It's a great time to be looking for a new car or truck. We have up to $9,500 in total savings. You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
Playoff basketball is here, and the girls kicked off playoff season across the state of Texas on Monday. The Wall Lady Hawks defeated Comfort 61-17 in Sonora. The Lady Hawks play Holiday in Anson on Thursday at 6:30. Christoval defeated Coleman 47-29 at Lakeview High School yesterday. The Lady Cougars play Wink in the area round on Thursday at 6 p.m. in Rankin. The El Dorado Lady Eagles defeated Miles 51-27. El Dorado returns to action in the area round against New Home. Date and time are still to be determined. The boys play their regular season finales tonight. The Central Bobcats host Odessa High here in San Angelo at 7:30. The Bobcats currently sit in a three-way tie for second place in district and can secure the second seed tonight with a win. The TLCA Eagles host the Wall Hawks in a winner-take-all district championship game. The Eagles beat the Hawks 43-28 in their first matchup in Wall earlier in the season. Christoval wraps up their season against Forsan tonight in Christoval. The Cougars need a win to secure the second seed in their district. Be sure to tune in at 4 p.m. on Friday to our Cover One Hoop Show. We will have an exclusive interview with one of the Concho Valley's head coaches, a preview, and our predictions of all the upcoming playoff action.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do?
Well, welcome back to the show. Now, today, August Pfluger opened his new office, and we decided we're going to try some new technology here. We're going to do a little remote interview. August is in his office downtown San Angelo, and he doesn't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to get right into it. Congressman Pfluger, in the news, we've had a lot of these balloons that have been invading our country. Now, you were an F-22 fighter pilot. I have two questions for you considering your expertise. One of the things that I've heard in other newscasts is that it's hard for a fighter pilot to visually identify exactly what these things are that they're shooting down. Tell me what it's like intercepting a slow-moving. Why do we use Sidewinder missiles? Why don't we just shoot it down with a cannon?
Well, let me back up and answer the more general strategic question here, which is why do we have unplanned, uncoordinated, and uncommunicated aerial vehicles flying in our sovereign airspace? To me, this is a violation of sovereignty. It's a violation of our airspace. It's a violation of what America stands for, and it's unacceptable. I've been very vocal against the administration and their willingness to let a Chinese spy balloon go all the way across our country and not deal with it until it exited our country. Many sensitive sites that it transited over, and we were able to push back on the administration and I think get them to a point of understanding where this is not okay, whether it's our physical border, the land border with Mexico that's being invaded, or whether it's an airspace border, or whether it's our cyber border. We need the administration to take this seriously, to protect our security and make sure that every American is protected. In the tactical question, the technical ability for our defenses, you start with the radar systems, the air traffic control systems that have filtered out those slow-moving objects that are looking for 100+ mile per hour traffic. A balloon traveling with the wind is likely to be 60 knots, 70 knots, well under that. So we've had to rethink about our defenses. Number two, I don't think any American or anybody knows all the facts right now on the second, the third, and the fourth events that happened. We're still waiting to see what those objects were, how they were propelled, were they balloons, were they something else? And when you're looking at these objects, whether it's night, you pair that up with 40, 50, 60,000 feet, it is challenging, I think, when you haven't seen those before. We're going to see the facts and uncover what's going on. I will not back down on pressing the administration to secure our country. And if there's a gap in our coverage or a gap in the security, we need to figure that out and protect against it. As far as using a missile versus a gun, this gets into a tactical question. At 60,000 feet, it's just not tactically feasible to use the gun. They certainly would have done that had that been an option. But in that case, the air-to-air missiles, the heat-seeking missiles were a better option. And I trust the professionals that are doing that. I flew with a lot of these pilots. I know their professionalism, and they're going to use the most efficient and effective weapon that we have to protect this country.
Now, Congressman Pfluger, if you're cruising up there at 40,000 feet at 0.9 Mach, how close would you get to that balloon? And what do you think that you'd see? I mean, that's the question.
Think about that first balloon. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it was hundreds of feet tall. It was hundreds of feet wide, the payload. They're certainly going to keep a safe distance from it. But in that case, they could tell it was a balloon. That was very easy to tell. This is a balloon. You could see it from the ground with no binoculars or any sort of aid. You can just see it with your own eyes. The other objects, as I understand it, have been a lot more difficult to identify. And so you're right to say when you're traveling at those speeds, and especially if they're a little bit smaller, and if we haven't seen those before and you don't know what the propulsion system is, there's probably a lot of questions as to what they are. So they're trying to piece that together. I've already asked for classified briefings on this because I want to know the details and why these objects have been able to get into our airspace, what the threat is that they're posing to our own security and to American citizens.
And August Pfluger, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, trying out this new technology. Now back to the rest of the news.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo. Thanks, Joe. It's always good to have the congressman here. Always great to hear from him, especially when we're talking about a balloon that we've been seeing wandering around. Guys, this is Live Daily News. We're here every weekday at around 4 o'clock. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, SanAngeloLive.com. The fastest way to get us, though, Download the San Angelo Live app on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Until tomorrow, I'm Matt Trammell. For everyone here at San Angelo Live, we'll see you.